Howdy. Definitely not having technical difficulties whatsoever. That's never happened to me, in fact. Good morning. I'm a little out of it today. I've got stuff set up, but it's not listening to me. Like, I don't know why it just, broke like this, but it did, and now I just have to manually fix it, I guess. Ugh, that looks weird, but that's my best bet right now. Okay, well, we'll call it a day. Hope you're doing well, B-boy. Wait a minute. One of my things is broken. That's not working. And this isn't working. That's fine. That's fine. I can fix everything. Hi, Micah. How's it going? And then I just have to remember our boy Razzle Dazzle and Fish. Guys, I get to open up way less shit today. How awesome is that? I don't have to open up like 5 different programs, just like 2. I could open up stream avatars. I could. I might. You know what? Fuck it. Oh, but fine. I will open up stream avatars. I could. And I will. Agni. Yeah, Agni. That's me. The one and only. I'm planning on doing 3D stuff today. I'm gonna have to sit down and learn a little bit more for hair modeling, because the way that I did it was like super easy, because I just had like a ponytail and a braid and like a crown braid. So like I only had to worry about the physics on one of those. But now I get to do even more. It's great. Nee. Oh. Okay. Dude. What? Okay. Everything's loading in. Fun. I might just have to... Nah, I'll just leave it. You guys get to climb up that. And hopefully this looks correct. Oh, right. I have to swap this. I totally forget half the shit I have to do every single time I try and do something new. It's not even something new. Just every time I change something. How am I doing today? I'm out of it, dude. I'm gone. My brain is almost here, but like not quite. It's just like I've been working, and I have a hard time thinking. I'm not the smartest thing in the thing. I don't know. Let's see. Otherwise, I'm not too bad. I just gotta... Where is my... There it is! Show? It's not showing. What the fuck? Hold on. There's an ad on Twitch for car insurance called Kuva, and it's so blatantly AI. I fucking hate it. It's so annoying. Dude, that's insane. You're not a smarty? I try. Just barbarian rage through it. I can't. If I break... Dude, my beautiful, gigantic tablet, I would never harm her. My 16-plus-year-old monitor that's actually a TV and somehow still works, kinda also would never want to break her, because she's seen me through so much. I smashed a spider that was on her screen once, and she held up. Not a single dead pixel after that. And you know what? That was good. Wait, don't do hydrate now. Wait, just wait. Hold on. None of my shit's working, so I have to swap. Okay. That's not how I want to do this today. I want this here and here. There you go. And then you guys should be able to see everything when I do it. And then if I go over here... I don't like my placement on screen. It feels weird, but I'm just gonna leave it because I feel like this is correct in some odd way. I almost just fucking fucked that up. Okay. Ta-da! Yay! We're in 3D today because we're working in 3D! And I figured, you know, why not? Why not display how badly I fucked up in the past so that you can learn how much better I am now while I'm learning. We hydrate now. Here. I'll display what hydrate looks like for those who have not seen it yet. Oh, something went wrong? What? What? My thing won't let me do. Oh, wait. I think I have a cooldown on it. Maybe. I think I just have like a minute cooldown on it. A couple minutes. Sculpted abs. I know. I'm just so swole. I think the last time I showed you guys my model, I didn't actually have the full eye facial mocap tracking going. It's like really detailed and it's kind of nice. I didn't even think about how much better it would look if I used my iPad for tracking. But it does. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Also, apologies if my voice is kind of weird today. I think I've still got sleepy voice, and so, you know, good stuff. You should become an anatomy streamer? What the fuck is that even gonna do, you know? Hold on a minute. Here's the thing. I've considered doing workout streams and whatnot, which I plan on doing as soon as I finish our models. But like anatomy stream, I don't think people are gonna show up for me to sit down and talk about, guys, this is why the rhombus of Michaelis is actually goated with the sauce. So like one of your gimmicks is you point out cool muscles. I mean, I already do that whenever I'm doing my 3D modeling. Like, guys, have you ever noticed this little teeny tiny detail? I'd watch that. I'd totally come to that stream. Micah gets it. Hell yeah. Honestly, I wish I had the opportunity to talk about the like body and whatnot more, but I don't usually get the opportunity because Twitch gets mad. Twitch gets mad when I point out things and like, you know, it's like, hey, that was a boob. I saw that boob. And I'm like, no. The boob isn't real. It's not a real boob. There's nothing crazy about it. Please, it's not sexual. Yeah. And so, it's whatever. I still would like to do it. Hi, Frosty. Welcome. Hello. I'm Agni. Jin. Nice to meet you. Jesus. I am... Ooh, Jesus. What is that? Cool. I just saw the little Silk Song guy on your username. That was sick. Does Twitch does hate the female form. Yeah, for shame. Hi, Vamp. Hello. How's it going? Also, I hope you guys don't see as many of the issues in my model right now because it's acting broken even though it's not supposed to. Like, if I rotate it back to the normal way it goes, the body is like rotated so terribly and I can't figure out why. It just started doing this like just this morning. I'm like, okay, cool. Why though? Is the 3D model? This is me working on the 3D model, and I decided why not use my 3D model because I never use it anymore. You know me. You know me. We're friends on Discord. Frosty? Huh? Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Now you're gonna make me go scramble through all the people in my Discord. Oh! I remember you! It's been a minute. Holy cow. Dude, that's how you know I don't remember fucking anything. My brain is actually soup. Pure soup. Just a hot minute. I am following a tutorial today because hair is one of the things that I really struggled with. Like, if you guys want to see real quick, I can show you. My ponytail is fucked. Like, looking down at the bottom, it's broken. I did my best. This was my absolute best. And the little tendrils, those work pretty well, but like the bigger pieces, it does not like that. Is the 3D modeling going well? It actually is. Like, generally, it's pretty solid. So much so that I'm very proud, and I got the opportunity to talk to another 3D modeler, and I feel much more confident in my work, and I know of like tools that I can use to make my work better. So I'm pretty happy right now about it. How did you rig the ponytail with bones? No? Yeah. It's so each of these little tendrils has their own alignment of bones. That's what I did. And I didn't realize that that was an unoptimized way of doing things, and that there was the option to just do one line of bones all the way down the ponytail and that all of them would respond to it. I didn't think about that. And so my ponytail is the least optimized part of my entire model. Everything else is like decently well optimized, but my ponytail sucks. Oh wait, you guys can see my little crown braid. It's not in like a lot of my design stuff, but it was one thing that was in my concept art that kind of didn't carry over. And so nobody knows that I have a crown braid. There's like one braid on my Live 2D model, but that's kind of different. Oh yeah, but I still don't know why it isn't working as well though. Maybe conflict weighting? I tried. So here's the thing. I had to do the individual weight painting for every single bone in this ponytail. And so it's definitely a weight painting issue, but I thought I had gotten it all. Like, I was so fucking careful. In fact, I think I could still show you my Blender file and show you like the whole fucking thing, because I tried to do good. I really did. I really tried my best. Your braid looks like fresh bread. Thanks. So I want to show you a little detail on it. So when I was trying to shade everything, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. So I'm like, what if I just add these little like brush strokey strands and the glowiness, and you know what? Sure, that works, I guess. And so I ended up sticking with it, and it kind of works. Agni's a noob when it comes to 3D modeling? Actually, yes. I've only been doing this for... like, the first time I ever touched Blender was 3 years ago. And then I started actually doing models from scratch, like, 1 year ago. And so I am a noob. And I'm working on my 3rd model ever. And I'm pretty proud. So, you know, all things considered, I'm learning faster than most humans. Don't even start with me. I do have to readjust in my chair, though, because my feet are cold. Okay. Actually, let me see if I can go pull up my... my Agni file. Because then I can show you guys the... Okay, file, open, and I just gotta go find mine. I have an entire folder just for my model, and this one should be, nope. Open, and this one should be it. Oh, it's taking a sec, give her a second, Okay. So now I can go over here and swap it for you guys so you guys can see what I'm doing. There's this one, and where's the other one? There it is. Okay. So this is my model. Let me turn the opacity on the wireframe down so that you guys can see. And we'll click on my ponytail and the armature, but I want to turn off the rest of the armature. There we go. And then we're gonna go, oh wait, I need to click armature first and then ponytail, and then we can go into weight painting so that you guys can see. I genuinely thought I had done it. Like, if we click on this, here's these ones, and then we click on this one, and here's these ones, and so they should be touching, Like, I was so careful about doing all of them. Have you been hit with the snow? I mean, we had snow long before the warning. I live up north, and so when everybody was panicking, oh, the snow, no, the snowstorm, I'm like, guys, we already hit -40. What are you scared of? And so no, I was not worried. And yeah, we got like a little snow, and that's it. It wasn't a big deal. Oh, that's so many bones. It is so many bones. -40, yeah. That's the point where Celsius and Fahrenheit meet at the same. They're the same coldness. So when I say -40, you know the same feeling I do. Worst I got was -16. Dude, I worked so hard to make this work, and it just didn't. I feel so sad. Like, look. I tried so fucking hard. Let me hide, like, the rest of it. That way we can look a little clearer. It just sucks. I tried so hard. It got so far. But -40 is mad. Water freezing in the air type cold. Yeah, exactly. I mean, but here's the thing. We typically get that. That's just like par for the course in this location. So that's no news. Let's see. Yeah, each of these little tendrils I went through and individually painted, like, with the full paint, and then I went through and smoothed it all out so that hopefully it would move cleanly, and then it's just, you know, not. It's fighting with me. So, yeah, I thought I did it well. Ooh, I see. Yeah, that's pretty, yeah. So the cold is run-of-the-mill for us, so when everybody was freaking about this snowstorm, like, at worst, we're just gonna get deeper snow. And me and the Demon Lord don't really leave the house too much. So. Sorry, I'm just like wild stuff. My like stomach kind of drops sometimes. I get a little anxious from the sounds outside. There are like a few things outside that do make me nervous at this point, but it's not the weather. The weather's chill because it's like snow, woohoo, and then like you can go outside and stand in the cold for a second and like, ah, refreshing, and then you go back inside and you're like, woohoo. Yeah, this is it's one of those things of like, ah, yeah, you know, fucking. Oh wait, I'm hitting 115 Fahrenheit over here. Jesus, two ends of the heat. Good lord. I'm gonna be so fucking real. Like, the funny thing for me is the temperature, whenever they're doing the temperature, the Demon Lord hates one thing. They're like, oh yeah, it's this temperature, but it feels like this temperature because of the wind chill. And my dad, the Demon Lord is always like, why? What do you mean it feels like? Is it not just that then? And I'm like, no, because the standing temperature would be the one that they get in the environment with no wind, and then they have one that's in the wind, and the wind chill makes it colder. And the same thing goes for our heat as well. We end up having heat that has two different feelings. One of if it were not humid versus one if it is humid. Did the winter thing happen yet? People said it happened, but you know, like the exploding trees and stuff and whatnot, which, by the way, people are going crazy about. People are always like, oh my god, the trees are gonna explode. I'm like, guys, relax. It's the water in the trees expanding, and so yeah, they will crack and kind of break, and sometimes they will fall down, but like, just don't stand by a tree that's cracking. What? We have both air temp and perceived temp in the UK. Yeah, it's just one of those things of like, it's so ridiculous seeing how dramatic some people get. They're like, oh, it's the end of times. And I'm like, guys, you don't have to buy out an entire grocery store. It's not gonna snow that. Dude, the fucking South pissed me off because everybody down there being like, oh, this is too much snow. And I'm like, guys, I don't think you could slip in that snow. What are you talking about? Here in Australia, gum trees have oil on them just to just make them combust. Cheez-Its. It didn't even snow that much for me. That's the thing, is for so many people, there was not even that much snow. Just ice, so hard to drive. Yeah, and even then, you know what you do in those situations? You salt the roads. And guess what? The ice is gone magically. Like, come on, guys. It throws me off sometimes. And here's the thing, if you really have like terrible icy roads and deep snow and stuff that you have to drive through, you know how you deal with that? And like the roads can't be plowed? Fucking chains on your wheels. It's so wild. Oh yeah, that winter storm is coming here and the mid-south UK is panicking and the north is like, casual Friday then. Yeah! And we got 8 inches of snow/sleet where I'm at, snowed in. Ooh, nice. I will say, we've got a decent amount of snow. Currently, I don't think we got like, I mean, maybe like a couple more inches of snow, but, nah, we're not sitting too deep right now. We're sitting with the residual snow we've already had, but even then, that's not that bad. So, my concern is more with, like, people behaving poorly at this time. You know? I worry more about people who can't handle themselves and people who are being stupid at this time because they are panicked about something that they don't need to panic about. Okay. Now I get swung back to... Now that you guys have seen my beautifully bad modeling, you know, here's the thing, I talk bad about my modeling, but in all fairness, I think I did pretty good for my second completed model ever, you know? All things considered, it's not that bad. I worked hard. And I still think about it like I'm trying to give myself a lot of grace because, you know, second model ever. This shit was hard. I tried to optimize everything and I did a pretty dang good job. The only thing that's unoptimized is my bones, actually. It's like my biggest enemy at this point. It's almost like humans have a recorded history of bad weather they can refer to. Crazy. Yeah, for real. Let's see. I already had a lot of bread before that storm happened. Or was gonna happen that I knew. Yeah. We live bread. Also that model is fucking cooking. Literally and metaphorically. Indeed. I went through so much effort for all of this. I'm gonna be so real. I still look back at it and I'm like, yes, there are so many issues with it, but also like, come on guys, cut me some slack. Look at how good it looks. I made hands, and it's not the best hands, but like I was copying like models that I found when it came to hands. I'm like, okay, I'll just do what they do. So need to continue Irma. Oh, that's right. I want to do that reading stream at some point. I need to read Iwuma. Okay. But, oh, dude, that's right. My fucking tan lines. I've got tan lines literally everywhere. And in most cases, you can't even fucking see that they're there. Like, I've got them around my bands. And any part of my gold, I've got tan lines, as well as at the underside of my top. I worked so hard on this. I put in so many details, and only for me to, like, never fucking use it. I don't ever use it now, and it kind of makes me a little sad. I feel like I gotta use it more. Oh, the eyelashes were something I also wanted to try doing better this time. Because once again, I basically just copied somebody else's work without trying to, like, critically think my way through it. Also, thank you for the follow! Like, so now, is that bear hair I see on my screen? Yeah, it's hair. Consider yourself reported, mister. Yeah, shit happens. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, really. But yeah, no, I copied somebody else's work when it came to a lot of the pieces here without trying to, like, critically think about why are they doing these things. And so now with my new model, I am trying to think more critically about my work and make choices that I understand and make choices because I know them. I did do things similarly with this as well to, like, Zenless models and whatnot. Read it like Kronk. No, I can't read it like Kronk. Mods, shaved Agni's head. You can't do that to me. You can't bald this model. Nice try though. Well, actually, hold on. Give me a sec. Let me find out. Because I don't think I have anything that'll allow me to bald right now. Wait, did the hydrate not go through? Hold on. I see that hydrate didn't go through. Don't worry. I'll fix this. We will always find a way to bald you, Agni. No, you can't do this to me. Okay, so... Let's see. Let me see if I can re-log this in. Because I think it should be logged in. But I don't see it going. Okay. That's supposed to be working. I'll come to the void for this? Oh yeah? Okay, you know what? If you can win in a fight with me, then I will bald myself. I will bald myself if you can win in a fight against me. Let's see. Now, I needed to take a look at this as well. Okay, well, that's cute. I can't read any of that. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I'm like looking at different things that I have here and I'm like, some of these are supposed to be working. So let me test it myself now. No? Never mind, I'll wait until you're asleep. That's on you, fool. I never sleep. Did you remake the textures for this model, or is it a different model from another one you've been working on? Oh, no. So this was my original model. I did all of the textures by hand myself. I painted everything on here 100% myself. And then you can actually see my UVs. Okay, well, not these UVs. Can we select any of my slightly better ones? Like the skin? If we go to the body, and then we select specifically the skin, and then we go, okay, it's really fighting me. We go to edit mode, and we select from our things. Oh dear, I forgot how much of a mess some of this is. It's really up here. Okay, select, where's my, there it is, skin. Select. So, all of my skin is here, and then if I swap over to where my actual, where is it? Skin! Here we go. This is my skin texture. So I sat down and did all of the texturing of my skin right here. Let's see. Isn't there a plug-in that tidies up UVs? What do you mean tidies up? Why would I do that when I made everything from scratch and I don't need it to be tidy? I did it perfectly, so it's all 100% symmetrical. Dang, that looks like a dang Picasso. Bro out here trying to draw the Japan flag from memory. That's the mouth parts. So the inside of my mouth has its own set of textures for my teeth and my mouth and my tongue. All are their own things. You're gonna get in trouble. Nuh-uh. It's just skin. It's just skin. There's nothing showing. No, that's what I'm saying. It automatically makes UVs symmetrical. I wouldn't trust anything like that ever. I actually go in and will select each of the individual pieces and mathematically align them on each of the correct points so that I never have to worry that it's asymmetrical. I never trust a plugin to do it the way that I need it. Skin bad. A sheet of skin, Agni. Listen, it's like that Doctor Who skin lady where she was just a bunch of skin pulled over a trampoline thing or whatever, you know? That's all that it is anymore. And so, as you can see, like, I did the textures for everything all by myself. It was hard, but also, like, 100% worth it. And so, one of the things that was difficult was making sure I had these pieces all lined up in the right places, because I had initially done it backwards with these two pieces in the opposite places and had like flipped it around, and so I was texturing it wrong. It's all the same to Twitch. I disagree, because the thing they got mad about last time was boobs. And I don't have boobs out this time. Oh, and then here you can actually see the way that I had cut the hands previously. So I decided I wanted the hands to still be together so that there was like points where I wouldn't have to worry about the textures and whatnot. But I've realized now that I don't really need to do that. Does your model have what? No. No, it doesn't have any of those. It has fabric where skin should be. It's the skin, and you'll never know. Yeah, no. Since I modeled the clothes into everything, I just had to be careful about how I unwrapped everything. Ban. Oh, dude, this was so fucking annoying. This little bit where it's separated by the necklace, what I thought was like the straps. That was so fast. Yeah, it's so easy now. All I have to do is click a little button and boom, banned. If you can tell, I'm lurking, doing something with my sister. No worries, I appreciate the lurk. No judgment, no judgment. Oh yeah, and then each of these like little bits, I try to do really carefully. So up here, we can actually see this is where the gold separates the neck, and so the shading was kind of wonky on it, and it was kind of difficult to patch together, but it ends up working out in the end. Ban me! Ban me! Don't. Oh yeah, hold on. Let's go take a look at one of the things that I did because I really wanted the correct, like, shaping. So the muscles on the arm, they kind of dip in like that, and then, of course, the elbow comes out, and so when you look at it, you can actually see that this is the internal part of the elbow, and this is the elbow point, which, I don't know, it's cool to me, at least. I try to put in a lot of effort on all of this stuff, and it was hard, which is part of the reason why I'm so proud of it. Even though, like, it does suck in a lot of ways, there's a lot of issues that I have with it, I still think I did a really good job. All things considered. So yeah, when you look at it overall, this is a pretty dang good model. Isn't it? You're making a human? Technically, I'm making a djinn. No humans here. Okay. In it, indeed. Let's see. I want to brag a little bit more. I like to brag sometimes, and sometimes I require it for my ego. So let me click off this so you guys can see the wireframe a little clearer. So a lot of my wireframe and mesh is kind of a mess. Like, admittedly, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. Especially with the mouth. I was like, fuck, I'll just do what this other person did and call it a day. And I didn't realize that wasn't the best idea. Oh, dude. And so much of, like, my low polyness, I worked super hard to make everything sit together. Dude, I was so proud of how these straps came together, and, like, I don't know, I felt like it looked really good. And now I'm sitting here like, oh, I didn't do that great. This shit is pure witchcraft to me, which is valid, dude. But because, like, low-key, kind of witchcraft to me still. There's a lot of stuff I did that I didn't understand what I was doing. Like, the ponytail, so much of it, I legit copied a lot of structures that I saw in like Genshin and Zenless models. I'm like, well, they did it well, so I'll just do what they did. Twitchcraft. Could never do this. It's hard, but like, if we're being realistic, one of my biggest issues was more so that I couldn't find anybody who was doing a tutorial in the way that I needed. And so the way that I had to learn was by finding people doing time lapses and looking at how they did it so that I could figure out how to do it for myself, because I'm like, okay, well, these things look correct, and so I'm gonna do that. Which, like, not the smartest in the world, but also, like, not a bad idea, all things considered. Especially when, like, you're learning in the beginning. Dude, I left the toast so fucking blocky because I'm like, no, low poly! It has to be low poly! The thing will hate it if it's not low poly! And then, you know, turns out it's not that big of a deal. I tried really hard, though. Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. I have to point this out. I modeled the base hair into the head, and so it's such a fucking mess. It's an actual fucking nightmare. It looks so bad in so many cases. But also, like, I just needed it. I just needed to be like this. Put them grippers away! Never. You know what? That's something that Twitch somehow doesn't get mad about. Toes. I'm so excited to do another braid. So I know, I won't tell you who, but a certain individual, when talking about hair designs for the upcoming 3D model, mentioned having braids, and I'm like, I'm very excited to do this because the braids were one of the easiest fucking parts. I'm gonna be so real. The braids were awesome. They were so simple, so relaxing. It was such a vibe. I was so happy doing those. Ah, okay. It's me. I'm the individual. Toy! You're spoiling! But legit though. Oh, you know what? I get to show this off. So let's go find the head. And let's show off the blend shapes! So I did like all of the visemes, and then I also did like a smile, and like I did the AR kit blend shapes so that like if I smile and blink, it's a different thing. And then I've got different sort of expressive pieces. But then I get into, oh, I forgot about these. I've got like my sweat and hearts and swirls. I forget about so many of these. Oh, some of these I never finished. Sitting here with braids and pigtails and other various hairstyles. Yeah, that's you. Of course. I mean, everybody knows Toy has his iconic braids and all that, you know? It's just part of his vibe. I seriously totally forgot about so many of these pieces that I like never finished. The hair bear, they call me. Yeah, of course. My buddy Toy Soldier, the hair bear. You know, that's what I always tell everyone, is that you are the one and only hair bear. These are such little things to everyone else, but for me, I'm like, it's magical! It's moving! Oh, that's right. I have to set up my Visemes in Warudo, which, like, I put so much fucking effort into each of these that, like, I'm kind of salty about it because I'm like, I never used this model. Why did I do this to myself? Love how the model looks. Thanks. It took so long. I think it took like a couple months for me to do this. And you know what? That makes sense because, like, I never do any of this stuff. But it turned out well. It turned out pretty dang good. I'll have to show you guys the other 3D model I made at some point. It's for Iruma, and I don't think I've shown almost anybody because I never get the chance to. Because if I like, if I just open a new general, don't save, I can import the FBX of it. I lost the original file, which I want you to know, the distress that caused me in losing my original file. Oh my gosh, I was sick to my stomach. I was so upset. Because, like, what the fuck? What do you mean it's gone? Why? I lost my shit for real. So let me see if I can go find it. I'm so unable to do stuff like this. So I have many friends that I can pay to draw for me. I know it's not the same thing, but if I did do something like this, I would just get a friend to do it, which is valid. It's getting a 3D, like a bespoke 3D model is fucking hard. So much so that on VGen, I could only find one person who was doing it. And like, even then, because, like, most of them, you can find, like, bespoke Vroid models, but that's not the same thing as somebody modeling an entire model in Blender just for you. It's a lot of work. And it's expensive. Like $1,000 to $2,000 plus expensive, because 3D models are fucking hard. And what you're paying for is the fact that somebody spent years and ages learning to do it just so that you can have a model that can do pretty much anything you want. Dude, I have to go hunt down this first one I did. I will tell you, I will forewarn you ahead of time, this model isn't very good. It's not the best model in the world. It was my very first fully done model. Damn, Agni's kind of cool. I know. I'm just so awesome. I'm just like the coolest person like ever. And you just should be so grateful to even witness my amazingness, you know? Oh my god. It takes a second for me to get into this file because I think it should be, no, that's the wrong one. Is it in here? Under this one, and then I think this is the correct one. There it is. It is here. Okay. So I just have to find my FBX, and then I just have to copy this and import FBX right here. And that's the one. So let me get rid of the cube. And we're just going to close those. So it is not the best thing ever. Am I able to put my textures on? Okay. Well, fuck. The textures are not here. This is like the most basic model ever. I had no idea what I was doing whatsoever. I want you to know that now. So everything is, of course, he's got like clothes modeled into his like body, but hold on, I really want to put the textures on here because it's bugging me. So hold on, I have to go in and do, you guys get to see how the shit, that's the wrong one, the shading works. Hold on, would you like to see the commission a friend did for me? Sure. Let's see. This shit works? The shit works? It works. It just works. Hold on. The floof is there. Hold on. I have to go actually re-find the textures because I think that's the issue it's having. Here's the floof. And then let's go to the other ones. Oh, wait. That's not right. There's more. Oh, okay, here we go. The body. Body. Open. And there should be claws, hands and feet. Hands and feet. And then I'm gonna have to go back in and like individually fix each of these because I think I fucked it up a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Because I'm gonna be so real, I had no fucking clue what I was doing. And face. Then let me go grab the face one. Where's the... Wait. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Oh, wait, but his mask. Hold on. I still don't have his mask in here. Where is his mask? There it is. Mask. Select. And... wait. This must be it. Cool. Okay. And then I just have to go back and reselect the floof. Where is... Oh, wait. His teeth. I almost forgot his teeth. Holy cow, dude. Textures. Teeth. There we go. And now we can go back to the floof, which will fix this. And then we go back to layout. And we're going to set it as flat so you guys can see what it looks like. Ta-da! This is the model I made. It's super duper basic. So let me show you the wireframe because it's pretty basic. Like you can see, I was really not sure what I was doing, and I was trying my darndest. And I wanted to keep it as low poly as possible while still having his floofs on his neck and his waist, you know? Holy cow. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you. So, if I go inside the armature, where is the mask? If I take off the mask, I can show you guys his mouth. So this is canonically accurate. I went in with so much effort. And if we go down here, I can actually show you the like little things I did to like give him visemes. It's pretty basic. But I was doing my absolute best. It's the guy. It's your boy. I'm kind of proud of it. Like it's not the worst. Not Madcap Studio. If we do studio lighting, you can actually see like, oh, cheese it. Right here. If we're looking at it, you can see the inside of the mouth and whatnot. I modeled those teeth and then like put the gums around them. And then like, if I remember correctly, I think I attached the gums, but I can't remember fully if I did. This rips. I will say it was hard, and I tried to make sure that everything worked right. But, you know, you can't always do everything perfectly, and you just gotta learn it sometimes. But it was my very first completed model, and for a very first completed model, that's pretty cool, you know? I'm pretty happy with it. Oh, his bird feet were something else. Let me turn the wireframe back on. So I wanted to see if I could get the bird feet to like, it could be good mesh and not wonky or anything, and I did. I was really happy with it. I have the ankle bones here, and I didn't realize I could just get rid of those by like putting these meshes together. I didn't think about that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the fuck on. Oh, it's a raid boss. Hey guys, kill that raid boss. I turned back and you guys are getting attacked while I'm rambling on about fucking 3D modeling. Whoops, sorry, I left you to die. My bad. Let's just let me see if I can go down to the, because I'm like, I want to help fight the raid boss. I want to help. Let's go. This fucking slaps. This is awesome. This is so fucking fun. Dude, I will say, even if I don't like the original game, I do love this add-on for... Stream avatars. Dude, and the fact that you can see the HP of the boss going down up on the top is pretty fucking sick. Oh, Cheez-Its. Holy cow! Enraged? Uh-oh. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Ah! Ouch! Okay, I took a bunch of damage. Shit. That's okay. Woohoo! That was fucking awesome! Fucking got him! Damn right. We're killing it, guys. Okay, sorry. I was so distracted by that. By the way, you know, I did a good job. I did a good job for my very first model. Plus, it works in VR chat. It actually works. Like, isn't that neat? I was very happy with it. I wanted to try to do his other hairstyle, but I was like, I don't want to be too advantageous right now. I don't want to go too crazy. Oh, dude. Okay. Oh, I gotta stretch. Guys, I'm just the coolest. I know you agree with me, so you don't even have to say it. You know, you all just think I'm the coolest. And I am. Oh yeah, but in VR chat, I legit forgot to, like, make his mask removable. So he has Visemes, and they work, but you can't see them. No, no, no. Shout out to thinking. Nah, you know what? No shout out for thinking. Oh yeah, I textured the hands as well. I textured the hands into it. See, this was my very beginning, and I wanted to do everything as good as possible, you know? And the intention was that I would have this low poly version that anybody could use, and then I'd have a higher poly version with different outfits and stuff that I would put online for possible sale that people could use in VR chat and stuff, and would be really fun. Thinking's overrated. Bet. Why are we shouting for Micah? Okay, I'm gonna swap to the one I'm learning from right now. So let's do our learning. Where is it? Is it that one? Is it this one? It's this one. Okay. God forbid a man shout out for his wife. I'm sorry, man. You know, I felt like I should ask, but if it's too personal, my bad. Dude. I just realized I'm hungry. Hey guys, how would you feel if I just went downstairs and grabbed ramen noodle again? Ow. Did you throw something at me? How could you do this? I thought we were pals. Oh, I want noodle. Guys, I'm gonna get noodles. I'm gonna go boil some water. I'm gonna go turn on the boiling water, and I'll be right back. And then I'll have to run away again to pour the boiling water directly in. Okay? Baby. Okay. I will no longer get distracted. Okay, I'm back. Hold on. Oh, God, it's cold. I'm wearing, like, short shorts right now, so... Ooh. I love spicy noodle shit. The only nude stream I care about. Yeah! Nobody needs any of those other dumb nude streams. Spicy noodles. I'm hungry, guys. I desire food more than you could comprehend. Okay. So, I do need to pull up my tutorial, though. Where is my tutorial? It's hidden in all of my fucking million tabs. Oh, I hunger. I can post the ramen on Discord, bro. It's true, you know, I could do that. I could go that route, you know. I bet I'd get so many views, so many spicy, delicious views. Oh, dude. I feel like I'm losing my sanity. Okay. I am half tired, half not tired. Please just make a giant ramen pot model and call it the nude model. I could do that. Wait a minute. He suddenly has more vertices than me. When did he get more vertices? Wait, why does mine... Wait a minute. Guys, I think I made a mistake. I think I made a mistake somewhere along the way, and I'm realizing that now. Oh, God damn it. I made a mistake before I even started the stream. Ah, the mistake was me. Okay, well, the water's probably boiled already. I'll be back again. like 2 seconds to set this down, because if I spill boiling water on myself, I will kill someone. There we go. Okay. Perfect. I am cold. Baby! Hachi's being a cute little baby on the bed. Okay. Whew. Okay. Oh, it's toasty. I gotta scooch forward. Alright, so I was able to get my noodles and pour some boiling water over them, and now I just have to wait for them to cook themselves in the water. But, you know, this is like a ramen-specific bowl, and so it has a little notch in the side on one side and holes in the side on the other side. And so I can't fill the water up as high as I would like to, because it will just spill out. Drew for a bit, but then my hands got so cold I'm burrowed in my bed. Valid. It's like not super cold in my house. It's just like I'm wearing short shorts. So that's on me, but also like I don't want to put on pants. Shorts are so comfy. Come on. There we go. Noodles. Okay. Do you guys want to actually listen to my tutorial, or do you just want to see me doing it and, I don't know, listen to fucking music or something? I can play music and then we can take it down after today. Okay, let me... There. Sing? No! It's not happening. Karaoke stream. Never happening. Yeah, that's gonna be like, you know, that's gonna be one of those high cost things. If you guys want it so desperately, it's gonna cost. But, you know, I'm also just, like, not gonna put that as a goal at this point. Because, come on. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Okay, holy cow, dude. I can put the seasoning in now. Into my very basic ramen noodle. Ah, this is nice. So nice. I know, like, fucking ramen noodle is, like, not a big deal, but it just feels so nice to, like, occasionally have a very simple ramen noodle and, like, not think. Just have noodle. Getting sleepy, though. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Good night. Good night. Thank you for joining. Okay. Noodle. It's so good. I feel like I'm, like, only half here right now, and so I'm like, what if I just didn't do anything? What if I did nothing? What if we just watched YouTube videos today, guys? What if we just sat down and watched creepy YouTube videos? How do we feel about that, huh? What if we did something like that? Do you like spicy food? I do. I am picky about the kind of spicy, like the flavor. Like, there are certain flavors of spicy that kind of piss me off. Like, if it's fuck you spice, where, like, there's no reason for it to be that spicy, I'm not a huge fan. But if it's, like, spicy and, like, it's a good spicy, then yeah, I like it. So I'm realizing I kind of want to undo everything I just did, because I realized I fucked it all up. Okay. Gotta take it back further. And then select the correct ones. There we go. There we go. Perfect! This is how it's supposed to be. For some reason, my stream was like a minute behind. Dude, that happens sometimes. The lag is crazy. Pain. Let me, dude, I want to eat the noodles now, but they're not fully cooked. I'm just so hungry. Okay, and then I just have to what was the command he did? GG. No. Control. No, I don't remember the command he said. Whatever. I'm tempted to just leave it and be like, fuck it, we're watching YouTube today. You guys like spookies? Oh, we could watch Nick Crowley. Flesh tube! Let's go, flesh tube! I have to, hold on, I realize I have to, my workspaces aren't here. Yeah, Nick Crowley! My roommate said he was bringing me food, but it feels like centuries since he said that! Crowley trigger mentioned? Wait, what? I need food. I feel that the worst part is the fact that I have food directly in fucking front of me and I just can't do anything with it. I'm just like, I just have to sit here and look at it until it's cooked itself. Okay, I just have to move this to here. Okay. Give me like 2 seconds because I want to see this real quick. And then... dude. Every time I get a stupid email about something that pisses me off, it just like, my brain is immediately taken to that. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Whatever. Ooh, okay. Let me go over to Nick Crowley. Nick. Nope. Nick Crowley. Let's see. All right. Maybe we could start from the beginning of his videos, because it's been so long since I've seen them. Maybe that'd be fun. That'd be a fun little silly thing to do today. Nick Crowley, that guy that eats all the food? No! Oh my gosh, dude, I don't think I could ever sit through a Nikocado avocado video. I just don't think it's in my capabilities. I feel like I'd lose my sanity. Oh. Lost all that weight and fried his fucking brain. Dude he's lost it. Oh, noodles taste so good. Okay, I've grabbed my headphones for this because I'm currently going through speakers and I don't want it going out loud. Okay. Let me scooch. I watch food vids all the time, but only one guy. Beard Meats Food. I watch people who will, like, cook food, but I just don't know about people who, like, eat food. Though I will say, I remember the Unknown saw that one video of the guy who reviews food, and he had the Taco Bell fucking Baja Blast pie, and he flipped it fucking upside down, and the Unknown was like, no, it looks bad because you did this, and she's like tweaking out the whole time. The guy who yells in his car, I don't know his name. All I know is he like he reviews Taco Bell stuff, and he got the Taco Bell pie and he flipped it upside down, and he's like, I don't know why it looks so bad. This looks terrible. This is terrible quality. And then everyone in his comments is like, you're fucking kidding me. He cannot believe it. He's trolling us, guys. And then he goes back and he makes a new video, and he's like, guys, I just realized I made a mistake. The pie looked like that because I had flipped it upside down the whole time. Which, like, dude, I thought I was fucking losing my mind. For real. Okay, so, hear me out. Here are our options. We can do darkest moments in TV history, the internet's darkest corners, or YouTube's darkest videos. Those are the 3 that we can start with. Or YouTube's darkest channels. Sorry, 4. Those 4 are options. Peak content. That sounds funny. I will say, he got so much engagement out of that. I think that like, that video fucking got way more views than his normal stuff because of that. And so there were clips of it going around. And honestly, the unknown was like, you know what, Agni? What if you did something like that? Like something kind of rage baity, and you would get so many views. And I'm like, trust me, I've considered it, okay? I've considered going proper evil, content evil. This ramen hit the spot. I'm like torn between darkest videos, YouTube's darkest videos, and YouTube's darkest channels. We will be starting from number 1, the eldest of them, like of the videos on the playlist. But you know, it'd be nice to see them all. I'm like, I might just, you know what? YouTube's darkest videos. So let me swap over here, make sure that my audio is connected, and then I have to like change my setup. Okay, that's connected, and then if I press play, okay, it goes. So then I can swap this to this and this. I'm gonna hide this real quick so that I can adjust it and then, like, you don't see everything. Because sometimes some of this stuff on my, oh no, that's the wrong one. Some of the, because I don't like this stuff on the docs and whatnot, and I kind of just want to keep it, like, streamlined. Wait a fucking minute. It didn't do any of what I want. Whatever. Fuck it. Whatever. And then we'll just crop this out. There. Simply safe. And okay, and then we have to start with number 1. Wait. Number 1. What the fuck? It didn't. Okay. Wait. Game scene? Okay, holy cow. Dude, that was gonna bug me. That was gonna bug the shit out of me. Okay. Let's get this started.
The dark side of YouTube. A place that I probably frequent far too often for my own good.
Far too often.
With the search for finding the most twisted.
Okay, I have to pause real quick just to say, like, how many gex is too many? 1,000. I think 1,000 gex is too many. You know, that feels like the limit. No, 1,001. 1,000 is okay, but like 1,001 is like, okay, that's enough. No more. Don't do this. You know? Like, what would you consider an abundance of gex? What's an abundance? Okay, well that's different because I think 100 is an abundance, but too many, 1,001. That's my bad. I understood. I understood what you were saying. Oh, I wanted to say this so this was posted 4 years ago, and it's very much that chillas or chill, I don't know. Like chills monotone voice that he did because he had a flat affect. And I feel like so many of like the horror tubers at the time kind of tried to go for that sort of vibe because it felt a little unsettling. I think that's what they were trying to go for, but it kind of amuses me sometimes when I listen to these because I'm like, why?
Listed channels on the site, as evident from my series called YouTube's Darkest Channels. Within these haunting.
Wait a minute. I just remembered. I have to change this from art to react. There we go. I don't want people thinking I'm doing art when I'm not doing art. I'm just reacting to stuff.
Corners, I often find myself stumbling upon one-off videos whose origins are both deeply disturbing and entirely mysterious. And today we'll be deep diving into 3 in particular that have proven to be just a few of YouTube's darkest videos.
The reaction is art. I don't think so. That's another thing that I like that Quilly does. He has so much B-roll that he adds to all of his videos.
We have produced some of mankind's greatest accomplishments.
Because having all of these cuts, I know it's like low-key, kind of like the brain rot sort of stuff where everything's cut super duper fast. But at the same time, when you're trying to talk about something unsettling, having all of these visuals here really does set the tone and sort of give you the vibe of where we are, what's the time frame, what sort of situation are we going to be looking into. And I think, like, I don't know, he does a really good job of that. I gotta like this.
But with these inspiring victories came tragic failures.
Challenger, go at throttle up.
There's little room for error when attempting to visit space, and oftentimes the failures are catastrophic, to the point where they can't be hidden from the public eye. But oddly enough, perhaps one of the greatest disasters in the great pursuit of space is likely one that many of you haven't
There we
heard
go.
of.
I realized you guys couldn't see like the title or anything.
Covered up. It happened back in February 1996 at the Xichang Satellite Launch Center in China. There, an American company named Space Systems, in collaboration with Chinese scientists, had built a telecommunications satellite that was set to take off on the 15th of the month, with China having built...
Dude, I feel like there are so many situations in which like space stuff goes not only goes terribly wrong, but like they know that it's gonna go wrong. But in some cases their pride is too great, and so they'll just fucking do it anyway. And it's frustrating that like we have more than one story of that, not just like that human pride gets in the way of like protecting other humans. It just feels really weird and kind of gross to me sometimes.
The rocket itself. The satellite would be known as Intelsat 708 and was set to orbit Earth for 15 long years, an estimated lifespan that would turn out to be far too generous, as in actuality, its trip would only last a mere 15 seconds. On the 15th of February 1996, the Seattle Times would publish an article titled "China Rocket Crashes to Earth, Fatalities Reported in Space Program Setback." The story went on to read, the newly developed Long March 3B rocket carrying the Intelsat Inc. satellite veered towards the ground and exploded moments after liftoff at 3:01 a.m. Hong Kong radio said 4 people were killed and dozens were injured in the explosion, but Shang Lui, a spokeswoman for the Government Aerospace Agency, said that there were no deaths. It's a devastating scene to imagine, however, as the rocket was said to weigh roughly 900,000 pounds and would have produced a violent explosion. But the early conflicting reports in the death toll were initially a promising sign, as the one official source had claimed that there were no fatalities. However, this number would later be changed after investigation, as Chinese officials reported that, in the end, 6 people had died as the result of the satellite's crash, along with a whopping 57 others, having suffered minor injuries. In the grand scheme of things, it was a tragic event, but with the information
I'm trying to think back to what this was. I'm like, and my immediate thought was, hold on a minute, is this the one that like totally decimated an entire village? And then they just like covered it up saying, no, it was just this, which is like, you know, still bad. Like 6 people is still bad and 57 others injured is bad, but they were trying to cover up like how massively awful this was, saying like, it was just, you know, it was just, 6 and not an entire village completely annihilated.
presented by the government, it seems safe to say that things could have gone a lot worse, and that's because they likely did. When on site, the group of Americans would wind up filming the entire event in a recording that has now found a home on YouTube. And thanks to this video, we have a visual of just how horrific the incident truly was.
Oh. Cheese it. Damn. Dude, so it didn't just like kind of rotate and fall down. It started rotating and then it fucking blasted down. So that's like even fucking harder. Yeah, I'm not too sure I believe that 6 dead toll anymore. Holy cow. No, that's absolutely fucking nuts.
It's a devastating explosion, and one that created such a powerful shockwave
Dude,
that all the glass in the surrounding
how
area
it just
had
blast
shattered, something that can actually be
straight
heard
fucking
moments
down.
after the crash. And this isn't the only angle shown in the video either, as someone in a nearby town had been recording as well.
Goodness, that's
this angle
like
shows the rocket striking incredibly close to where the person was filming. But what it failed to show is that not only had this rocket crashed, but it had crashed directly in the center of what is believed to be Maylin Village, an area that is said to be home
this
to
is
well
the one I
over
was thinking
1,000
of.
civilians. Seeing the massive explosion and knowing it happened right in the middle of a populated village leaves one to imagine how only 6 people had lost their lives. And things only get more suspicious as the video shows the destruction up close the following day.
Looks like the rec center.
Dude. 6 fucking tolling 6 is absolutely insane. No, they really were trying to just be like, oh no, it wasn't as bad as you think.
It's hard to put into words the level of ruin that this village was in following the crash. Buildings everywhere were not just damaged, but decimated, reduced to nothing but rubble. And it wasn't in a centralized location either, as the damage was spread out everywhere, making it unlikely that many would survive the ordeal had they been in the immediate area. Which begs that question, how had more people not died? This question has prompted many to wonder whether or not China had covered up the official number of casualties in an attempt to not lose all credibility in their space program. A theory that is further brought
Once
into
again,
question
it's the
by
pride
the fact
of
that
man
reporters were quickly
getting in
taken
the
away from the
way
site,
of
only to see dozens of
people's
ambulances,
safety.
as well
It's
as
like,
flatbed trucks
yeah,
that
shit's
some
probably gonna
claim
go
were
wrong. We
used to
probably didn't
load
think
the
this through
dead.
enough, but
Trucks
I
that had
don't
gotten to
care.
the scene
We
well
gotta
before the
get a rocket into
Americans reporting the
space
ordeal
and
were able to, which would have provided them ample time to remove any bodies from the area. However,
absolutely
despite
nuts.
the video emerging and all the questions put forth, the official death toll has never been changed by Chinese officials. Yet in the
Of course
United
it hasn't.
States, experts have given their own estimates of the sheer magnitude of the catastrophe, as it's widely believed that anywhere from 200 to 500 people had perished as a result of the faulty satellite launch, with some experts even suggesting that the number is even higher. And just watching this infamous video, it's not hard to understand why. But unfortunately, it's likely
Dude.
we'll never know how many people died that day, as Chinese officials have held firm on
My
their death
thought
toll.
is always, what do you really gain from any of this? Like, what do you actually gain from pushing these things beyond the point that you can actually handle, that anybody can actually handle? Because let's be realistic, at the time, you likely did not have it all sorted. Like you might, like maybe you thought you did, but when I always have a hard time believing that they didn't realize what was going to happen when you have a team of scientists that have to build and do all of the work behind that rocket. Like, you're telling me nobody saw that this was going to go wrong? Hi, Vamp. We're reacting to the darkest videos on YouTube. Sorry, I had to.
Claiming the area had actually been evacuated before impact, though this claim is
Dude,
heavily
see, here, okay, that comment of, oh yeah, we evacuated the area before anything happened. How? How can you possibly say that you evacuated the entire area when there's literally no fucking way? You're telling me you foresaw that you were gonna shoot this up and then also it was gonna land in that exact village, and then on top of that you decide yeah, we're gonna do it anyway, and so we're gonna evacuate you. We're gonna evacuate from you from your town, and we're gonna destroy your town instead of not fucking launching this rocket that's definitely gonna go wrong. So either they knew it was gonna go wrong and they're like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna evacuate everybody so that, you know, like, nobody gets hurt at least. And then on the other side, you didn't know, you didn't evacuate them, and you did it okay, you didn't do anything, and so it just happened. Or there's the third one of you knew, but you didn't care about the casualties that would happen because your pride is so fucking big, you can't handle a little teeny tiny bruise on your ego, and you decide, I'm gonna launch a rocket that's gonna kill hundreds of people. Like, really? It's ridiculous. Ah, the dark web.
disputed to this day. And it's made even more difficult to find answers, as the village itself that's shown within this video technically doesn't even exist. According to a handful of first-hand accounts, after the incident, this entire village had simply vanished, with there being, quote, virtually no trace of it having ever existed. In the end, we're left with countless unanswered questions, and this one chilling YouTube video of what may very well be the most devastating space-related disaster of all time, as it's likely we'll never see anything of this magnitude again. Or so I thought.
Oh. Wow. Are you working on your model in the background? Currently, no. I'm taking a little break to eat and like chill out for a bit. Today's a stressful day. Yesterday was supposed to be my day off, but I ended up doing way more shit than I intended. And so yesterday ended up just being another big work day. I ended up having like 4 different instances of talking to people. And that's a lot more than I'm used to. Usually it's my stream and then just hanging out with fam, or even just like one other person. But no, like I'm so tired. Yesterday, because I hung out with people, and then I talked with some of the girls, and then we had a call, and then we had the D&D, and on top of that, I also, like, I was jumping from one thing to the next, like, the entire fucking time. I kept, like, jumping here to there, to there, to there, and then I'm like, fuck, I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. My brain is soup. And so by the end of the night, I was like, oh, let me out. Everybody was really nice, you know? It's just, like, I was done. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let me press play. Jesus. Dude, how many fucking situations are we gonna have where, like, shit like this happens and they just, like, do it anyway because they don't fucking care? Why does this happen so often?
Were all videos that have surfaced here on YouTube from China, showcasing other rocket launch failures that, again, have decimated more towns. And these disasters have taken place very recently, with most having gone unreported on by Chinese officials. And had it not been for these YouTube videos, we would likely have no idea that these disasters had even happened. It's very clear that China has been covering up many of these devastating failures, with it all likely having started back with Intelsat 708. So though for now this may likely be the most devastating space launch failure ever, it may not hold this title forever.
That's another concern I have, is since so many people are so ambitious, they get competitive with each other, and their
next video takes us
competitive
to
pride also tends to get in front of their concern for other people. So I know I'm just harping on this one a lot, but when, in many cases, like you see in history, someone progresses something just slightly beyond another country, the, like, other countries will, like, fucking sprint to catch up, but they are not looking at what they're sprinting through. And so in many cases, they make mistakes in the efforts to either beat the person who's ahead or to catch up to them in general. And once they, like, race for that, they are scrambling and then scrambling, and they're like, okay, we got it, launch, done. And once they have decided, okay, yeah, we're ready, they completely stop. They don't even think anymore of, like, oh yeah, we might be, like, endangering everyone around us. It's just, I want to be the first. I want to win. And they end up hurting so many people, hurting and destroying lives. I don't know. It's a weird hubris that I see.
Which is home to some of the most famous and highest bridge diving competitions in the world. And though these events may seem reckless and risky, in actuality they are a commonplace, with TV networks even airing the competitions live, with little fear of capturing tragedy on live TV. And on August 7th, 2016, one of these televised
this stuff
events
makes me
would go
nervous.
live as divers jumped from a 65-foot bridge in the river Drina. One of the top competitors entering the day was Andre Bew, a gold medalist diver with thousands of dives under his belt. And though the water was said to be a little
That's
chilly
one of those
that
things
day,
of, like,
conditions were otherwise perfect
whoa!
for the event, as Andre prepared to show off
Thank
his
you for the
skill to
follow,
crowd.
betters.
And from the moment he leapt off that platform,
I'm still
he
with
appeared to be
my
in
sister
top
right now,
form,
by the way.
hitting the
She just
water
went
with his
AFK for a
usual
sec. No
grace. Yet
worries.
another
Hey,
stellar
man.
dive by
Still
the champion.
appreciate you lurking
Only
here.
this time, things would quickly go wrong.
Oh, okay. I understand it's the form for diving, but oh god, that makes me, like, cringe, and it makes my stomach kind of drop a bit. It, like, feels really gross looking at. Oh no. That's right. That's what this video was. Oh my
Andre
gosh,
can be
yeah.
seen on camera for a moment resurfacing from his dive, But almost immediately, things go awry as his head submerges
Flex the
back
abs,
under
just
the
fucking-
water, disappearing into the
Okay,
murky
one of my
depths.
arms is in the right place and the
Soon
other one
after,
is
we can
not.
see
Just
one of his
fucking.
arms briefly break the surface before going under again.
I
this
can't
time
fully
disappearing
flex. I'm
completely.
gonna have to do that.
Luckily,
My new model's
there
gonna
was
need
a
to be able to
rescue crew
flex. I have to
waiting
have
on
a
standby
flex toggle
for a
so I could
moment
just.
like this, as they drove their boats over to the struggling swimmer. But despite the large number of emergency staff, they all seemed hesitant to jump in the water, and it takes Andre's head resurfacing once again for the first lifeguard to enter the water.
That's another thing that I find a little odd. Their whole point is to be there to, like, if in the case that something goes wrong with the divers, but they were too nervous to, like, jump in and, like, try and save them. And I don't know, that's a lot. That's a worrisome thing. Like, if you're gonna sit there and like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, my whole job is to save you if something goes wrong, and then you're not doing that in the end? Why? Like, I don't know. Like, I know I'm not in the same boat, but also I wouldn't put myself in that boat if I weren't prepared for it, right? Maybe I'm crazy.
However, at this
but
point,
whatever.
he was already gone. Andre, the championship diver, a man who has done countless other dives just like this, had vanished to the point where emergency
I know the
crews
theory
would
is,
eventually be
like, one of the
called
big
off.
theories is that
His
he
lifeless
was,
body
like,
would be
caught
found
by
days
some
later down the
large
river on
fish
August
or
11th,
sea
having suffered from
creature
multiple fractures
that just, like,
as well
dragged
as
him
typical
in
decay.
and took him away or
The
whatever.
video would soon be posted to YouTube and picked up steam on local and worldwide news outlets, with many wondering
Because he
what
was
could have happened to
doing
make
well
this
there for a second.
otherwise
Like, he pops up
masterful
and then he
diver
gets, like, it
lose
looks
his
like he's
life on
literally
such a
pulled
routine
under.
day,
And
especially
so
given
that,
there
I mean,
seemed
I
to
think
be
that's, like,
nothing
my
in his
theory, but.
near-perfect dive that would indicate a risk of injury upon hitting the water. And even if it hadn't been perfect, the large number of emergency staff should have been enough to prevent a tragedy like this. But despite them being on scene within seconds, not only was he not rescued, but his body would go missing for days. Despite the video being viewed over 1 million times, there still seems to be no
it looks
concrete
like he's
and
really
accepted
trying to
cause
struggle
of death,
against something that's
which has
pulling him
caused several
down.
theories to pop up as to what may have actually happened that day. Some theorize that the cold temperature of the water had sent his body into shock, a note that is given some validity, as the emergency crew on hand would later give an excuse for not entering the water in a timely manner by saying that the water was, quote, too cold.
Really? Hold on a minute. Their excuse for not going into the water to save a guy in the water was, it's cold. It's cold, guys. What we do? Your fucking job is to save the dude diving. You have life vests. Even if your body does go into shock, you're not gonna fucking drown. That guy doesn't have a life vest. So on the chance of going into shock in the water, when you already have something that will keep you alive, I feel like maybe you should just get in the fucking water. Bruh.
Jarring claim given that they were paid professionals, hired specifically to rescue helpless swimmers, yet they were deterred by cold water. But this shock theory doesn't fully add up, as multiple divers had already participated up until this point, and none had faced any issues whatsoever. And if the water was truly that cold, one would imagine that they would have just cancelled the event altogether, as again these were legitimate, professionally run events. Now, perhaps the darkest theory put forth is that Andre was dragged below the surface by something in the water. This
Which
may
is what
sound
I
ridiculous
thought
at first, but the River Drina is known to be inhabited by a species of fish called the Wells catfish. And these catfish are remarkably large, as they can reach sizes of over 9 feet long, with the heaviest ever being caught weighing in at a staggering 330 pounds.
Those things are monsters.
And they are said to be extremely hostile, especially during mating season when males are guarding their nests. And coincidentally, the competition had taken place right at the end of their typical mating season. So it's entirely possible that when Andre jumped in the water, he landed in the vicinity of one of these protective fish, who would have then instinctively attacked.
Too big for my fish tank. True, that's true. You would really struggle to keep this guy in your fish tank.
This would explain
this guy's
why
kicking
he
up
seems
all
to
sorts of
almost be
problems.
sucked under the water, even looking behind him as if he noticed it coming towards him, as well as why the emergency response team was so hesitant to jump in after him.
But they already claimed that it was for cold water, so if their concern was cold water, then they didn't see it. But why wouldn't they say that they saw a big fish there?
The lack of protruding teeth that these fish have, the injuries that it would have left behind.
Oh, fish. Hold on, I'm in the way of the fish. Hold on.
And fractures, which were injuries that were supposedly prevalent on his body. And these facts
there we
are
go.
far
I'm
from
scooted
the only
down
evidence
just
to
slightly.
point to this cause of death, with the most
Lobster
damning coming from the video itself.
Heck yeah, 74 gold. That's not bad. That's not a bad catch. Gotta do a little fishing while we're watching a guy who got dragged underwater by a giant catfish.
Just feet away from him. Many have speculated that this could be the tail fin of a giant Wells catfish, as it appears to be completely synchronized
lobster. Yeah, rock lobster.
Leaving this as a very
legitimate
theory.
it wasn't a rock.
But
it was a rock
this, another
lobster. Oh my god, that song still weirdly hits for me. I still like that song.
Entering the water, the news site Telegraph actually reported this as the official autopsy's cause of death. But the validity of this claim is shaky, as it offers no citations, as well as being the only news site to report this information, despite universal coverage of the case. But we do know that his body did have multiple fractures when it was found, though the location of it has yet to be confirmed. And with that being said, a broken vertebrae is a risk for any diver, and it would have limited him from being able to keep his head above water, even as a experienced professional.
Which is, you know what, that is a very valid concern. If he had actually fractured a vertebrae, it would absolutely limit his ability to swim, because like losing, like, there's the possibility for paralysis below that point, and if you lose control of your legs when you're swimming, that is a large portion of your swimming power comes from your legs. And so him not being able to come back up on that one is very much believable. Now, I'm a little confused how they lost his body like that. Like, I mean, if that's the case, how did you lose his body, right? Like, I don't know, that one feels a little insane to me. But still, I kind of see it, but like, it's iffy.
Nothing seemed off in his diving form, and had he actually suffered from vertebrae fractures once hitting the water, he likely would have
lost for a few days. They found his body, I thought. They did find it, but they had lost it for multiple days. How are you telling me you lost his body for multiple days when in theory it had just sunk because he couldn't swim? He legitimately sank to the bottom and couldn't swim, and he drowned there. That's the theory, is that, you know, he fractured his vertebrae, and like, and where's the autopsy? Here's the thing. They did the autopsy and they said he had multiple fractures, but they didn't say where. It was never publicly released where those fractures were. And so we don't know. And I have no idea why you wouldn't just say at that point.
Limbs, rendering him unable to move. Yet he was able to hold his head above water and move his arms during the ordeal. So either they had fractured a specific way that was potentially made worse when he started to move, causing him to go limp, or this theory is a dead end.
It is a little
Whatever
frustrating.
The case may be, the event and the subsequent video footage remains a chilling mystery. Andre's family
dude, the thing that pisses me off so much is the paid professionals that were there to, like, save him if something went wrong. And they were too scared to go in the water, citing, the water's too cold. The water's too cold for us. We can't go in there. Are you serious? A guy's dying right now. What? They were paid to be there, and the opportunity, the situation in which they needed to be there, they didn't go in because the water's cold. You fucking bitch. I would have lost my shit.
And while there's no way to be sure, it's more than likely that a faster response time would have at the very least
for real,
recovered
it's
his body
insane.
in a timely manner and given the family and the world of diving answers and some much needed closure. But whereas Andre and his family likely would have never guessed his life would end that day, Our final video showcases a subject that may be alluding to
Ooh,
her
I
own
remember this one as well.
impending
This one
fate.
was like, I remember people talked about it, but it was really, it was odd. It was such an odd conspiracy that happened.
This is Oh In-hai, a 36-year-old Korean actress turned beauty YouTuber, a beloved and at times controversial celebrity from South Korea. And the video you're watching now follows the typical mold of many others across her channel, as she frequently shared beauty tips in the form of vlogs. However, this video came with a twist, due to the fact that it would prove to be the last she'd ever post, as just 2 days upon going live, she would be dead, leaving behind a grieving family, thousands of heartbroken fans, and what some would claim to be a cryptic set of clues. It was the night of September 13th, 2020, when a friend of Oh In-hai checked in on the actress, only to find her unconscious in her home. Medical personnel were called, but by the time they reached the hospital, she had no pulse. And despite having been revived for a short period of time, she would sadly pass away on the morning of September 14th. The investigation that followed was a quick one, and equally as vague, with officials hastily stating that the actress had taken her own life, something that would be confirmed via autopsy the following day, with her official cause of death being cardiac arrest from a suicide attempt. Although details from this autopsy would never be released, and no further context was provided, leading to the story being forgotten, as many have accepted In-hai's death as an open and shut case. However, despite the autopsy being released, online speculation had only just begun, as internet sleuths began to notice a number of oddities, especially in regards to her social media use in the days leading to her death.
I like how the
And it
reaction
all seemed to
category
begin
is
with
an
that
actual
final
game.
video
Is it
titled
actually?
In-hai's Nightly Routine Skincare. The video itself was labeled as
Oh
Volume
yeah.
48,
Oh yeah, hold on. I
something
misread
she
that.
did
Hold on. I love how the
chronologically with
reaction
every video
category
she
is
uploaded.
as
But strangely,
is
In-hai had
an
made
actual.
an
Wait,
error
hold the
with this
fuck
final
on.
video.
Is it a real
as
game?
her
Give me
previous
2
upload
fucking seconds. You're gonna like you're making me tweak out. I'm Only Sleeping is also and is it actually? Hold on, hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I have to search this. That's like I know that the I'm Only Sleeping ended up being a game, but like also kind of useful to separate this content from anything else. Hashtag for the views. Let me see. Hold on, hold on. I want to see. God, can I fucking spell anything? Please and thank you. Let me see. I wanna see if I can actually find that. Hold on. Now Twitch is fighting with me. Give me a second. Let me turn down my own volume on my phone so that I don't end up hearing myself. I need to actually. Come on, let me go look at the things. Okay, this is annoying. Yeah, it says puzzle, so it is a fucking game. But everybody treats it as actually just watching stuff. Oh no. Dude, that's a little bit funny. I think I felt like there should have been a channel like its own thing for this category in the first place. Just cuz like in so many cases those sorts of streams that have just reaction content, they should be separated from like just chatting or something cuz it's not the same. And the sleeping one as well. Like when you're sleeping on stream, like I don't know, it's hard to like set it up. I don't know. Maybe I'm being nitpicky, but I'm glad that there's the
45,
separation now.
So naturally, this video would
Also, if we have a separation for fucking hot tub streamers so that they're no longer in the just chatting category, like I don't know, fucking it's funny to me. I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, so many things like need to be separated like that. It just makes life easier.
In volume 46 instead of 48. A rather minor detail to nitpick, but it gets even stranger from here. As the video plays, things take a sudden turn as a jarring glitch unfolds on the screen. A glitch that begins 48 seconds in and ends at the 1 minute and 46 second mark.
즉흥적으로 해보려고 카메라를 켰습니다. 아 시원해. 아직 머리도 안 말렸는데 진짜.
So one thing with this one, in my opinion, I know that video editors have like weird issues. I don't know what it is. I've had a couple of video editing software that I've had do some dumbass shit. Like somehow the audio will get unsynced by the end of the video. Somehow, like I haven't detached the audio. It's just decided, nah, I'm not gonna do it the way you want anymore. Which sucks, for sure. But, like, whatever. And in this case, I guess, like, I've never seen a video editor do this, but also in the case of, like, sometimes when you're just editing the thing, you're like, oh, maybe it's just the pre-render and the render will be just fine until you put it out. Don't even think about it when you're, like, uploading it and you're just like, all right, I'll just leave it there and it'll be fine, you know?
리얼로 보여주려고 정말 평소에 쓰는 나이트 케어가 어떻게 되는지 순서도 지금 즉흥적으로 제일 첫 번째는 토너를 화장솜에 묻혀서 닦아내야겠죠?
The video of Inhai randomly begins to buffer for nearly an entire minute in a bizarre and disturbing manner, as it gives the illusion of Inhai chopping at her neck over and over and over again. And even more strangely, despite the audio track being consistent throughout this strange glitch, around the 92-second mark, you can hear what appears to be another voice come in.
아시죠?
It seems unnaturally high-pitched and clearly was not part of the original audio.
Actually, for this one, I have to imagine this one is more so like when you like do those little bits where you're speeding up something. Like if you were like applying a certain piece of makeup or like a certain bit of makeup or whatever, and it's like kind of a slow process, you just speed that little thing up and maybe you're saying like, and then we do this or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, I don't need to keep that as long as it is. I'll just shorten it down, do a little, and like it's still there. And so that's my theory on that one. That one might just be a sped up clip that she did, and it's hidden inside of this glitch.
Track. According to multiple reports online, this unexplained voice supposedly says something that roughly translates to, "I'm going to die," though some have countered this claim, stating that this translation was a reach. Around the 103rd second mark, another unnatural voice can also be heard, though to my knowledge, a direct translation hasn't been found. And immediately following the strange soundbite,
once again, another just like sped up clip. Dude, why are you throwing things at me? What did I do? No, this is another case where I'm like, no, it's just something that's sped up. Maybe not sped up as much, but still sped up, and it's still her voice. She's still talking. It's just, once again, these glitches are hidden in the video because of that visual glitch. You can't see what she's doing here, and so you don't know these little things that she's doing in the middle of like trying to like edit the video. So I legitimately think this was just like a visual glitch, and these two little voices were still her, just doing different parts of her getting ready routine. Like, this still seems like very normal.
The video begins to play normally, as if nothing happened. It's an error that lasts no more than a minute, yet the clock in the background of the video skips forward 3 to 4 minutes, potentially casting doubt on the idea that this could be an error within the video file itself. All in all, this
potentially casting doubt how? What? What do you mean? No, that exactly shows you that it is an error in the thing, because it's one little clip that's being repeated and looped the entire time until it skips forward to a portion where it's not glitching like that. How would that be casting doubt on it? No, that's exactly what it would do if it's a glitch. What? Okay, sorry. I didn't like that.
of
That
the
pissed
video
me off.
is off-putting, and Inhai herself even addresses this by adding,
Maybe it's
"Please
off-putting
skip
if
over
you
the
don't."
buffering parts in parentheses at the end of her title. Despite the clarification,
Okay, so
it's-
here's the thing. In that case, then she probably uploaded it thinking it was fine. Somehow it glitched, and then when it did the glitch, she's like, "Shit, I don't want to edit the whole thing over again. Fuck it. Just skip over the glitching part. Skip over the buffering, whatever. Sorry." And just left it there because, like, it's not that big of a deal. Will you do horror reacts? Maybe at some point. I bet I can do horror reactions. But when it comes to these some of these videos where like people are definitely fucking reaching, like even in the case that she died after this doesn't have anything to do with that. This is a vlog that had a weird glitch in it, and that's it. Or will I get scared? No. When it comes to watching videos and stuff, nah. But VR is a different story. VR is an understandable horror. I am not a coward, unlike you guys. Oh yeah, but like, dude, this whole thing of like, oh, it says she's gonna die and blah blah blah, and the glitch in the video and blah blah blah. Dude, have you ever fucking edited a video? I freaking love horror. That's true. You know what? Valrune and I could do a collab stream where we react to horror together. Wouldn't that be great? That'd be fun. Especially because Valrune freaking loves horror. Like, for real. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm too nitpicky about this one in particular because I'm like, maybe this is scary if you've never had to edit your own videos and shit. But like, if you've edited your own stuff, you're like, okay, well, I know that weird shit can happen with some video editors. So like, whatever.
It's hard to ignore the movements she makes during this. I mean, she's repeatedly chopping at her neck for a whole minute. And couple this with the supposed disembodied voice seemingly saying, "I'm going to die." Something about this video just wasn't...
Okay. When people are saying this is a stretch, yeah, it probably fucking is. Let's be realistic. There are many ways you can translate other languages like Korean, Japanese, and like Cantonese and Mandarin. Those languages are more artistic and in a lot of cases don't have the perfect one-to-one translations that are easy peasy to do. And so when you try and translate them like this, you'll get vaguer things. And it might not... It could be slang. So saying, oh, well, it supposedly says this, it frustrates me because I'm like, I know you're trying to paint a spooky narrative, but like, this one was a stretch at best. At best.
Adding up. As, after all, looking through her channel, every one of her other videos are cleanly edited and filmed in a professional manner, and going through her catalog reveals no major editing flaws. Yet this minute-long error in the beginning of a video made the final cut? Something seems very off here, especially given the fact that just 48 hours later, Owenhai would be dead. And though this may just be a coincidental glitch, I struggle to believe that an error like that could cause these strange voices, especially when those voices are pitched.
Because it's not the error causing the strange voices. It's a sped up clip that she edited in. She clipped. She was speeding up certain sections of what she was doing. She's brushing through her hair, meaning that she's likely combing through parts of it and not all of it is kept at full speed. She probably sped up a couple pieces of her combing through her hair there. And then when she's like going through, like looking at her hair or something and doing another little sped up clip. 2 different sped up clips in there. That's what that has to be. It created a voice. It didn't. You're telling me that it's just gonna be silent the whole time with that? Don't even start. Don't even fucking start.
Differently, and that one might be saying, "I'm going to die."
Shut
but if it
up.
wasn't a buffering error, then that means it would have been done intentionally, which is incredibly important to note given that Owenhai was her own video editor for this.
Yeah, she's her own video editor, and editing's a pain, and editing software fuck up. Sometimes they fuck up in the render process, and so you don't even see it until it's already uploaded, and you're like, fuck it, it's already got views, let me just put in the title, don't look at the skipping parts, blah, blah, blah. That's it. You know, sometimes you're just not in the fucking mood. I don't like how, like, sometimes they will, some of these things, they don't have to overpaint how scary stuff can be, because those rocket ones, that was really good. That was really scary. This is lame. This one annoys me a lot. I don't like this one at all.
This particular video, she had sole
You
control
could have
over
just
its
found
production,
another
meaning she would have been
spooky
the one to
video.
orchestrate this, which leaves the big question: why?
No.
Well, many have pointed to the idea that Owen was alluding to her own death within this video, as just 48 hours later she would be found without a pulse, a time that is noteworthy considering she had mistakenly numbered her video as 48, despite it really being the 46th upload, along with the glitch itself beginning at the 48th
Shit
second mark.
happens sometimes.
And
Sometimes
to
you
add
don't even
even more to
fucking...
the coincidence
Dude,
of this
if
number,
you've done 48 different, like, beauty tutorials or, like, morning get ready with me vlogs, like, you're gonna fucking lose count after a while. She's got other stuff on her channel. You think she's gonna scroll through every single one of her videos and be like, all right, what was the last one I did? No, she's probably gonna be like, I think this one's number 48 at this point. I'm too busy to think about it. We'll just say it's 48, call it a day. I don't think this is a valid point. Honestly, I think this is such a reach that it's kind of lame. This is really fucking lame to watch.
in her video prior to her last, she added these subtitles which feature the numbers 4 and 8 shown over and over again, which in
I'm
the
pretty
context of
certain
the
that
video
one...
did actually translate to a relevant joke.
Yeah.
However, it's strange regardless. That would make
No,
them
it's... No, it's not. If it correlated to a relevant joke... Here's the thing. In Japanese, they write W's. They write W's for laughter. It's just this, okay? And when you ask them why, and they say it looks like grass, you know, so silly. It's because it's the start of the word laughing or smile. Like, it's like, wakara, I don't fucking remember. Anyway, it's the beginning of the word laugh. And so they just type W's and it's like saying lol, you know? That's what it is. I have to imagine that's what the like thing is for 84 or like the 848484 is. It's just laughter. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's so frustrating because I'm like, you don't have to reach. You have so many good spooky videos to go for. Why are you trying to reach so hard? These videos really try to make something out of nothing. Real drama queens. Seriously. And sometimes, here's the thing. They have so many fucking good videos on here. That's what makes me mad, is there are so many really fucking good ones. It's like, I get so fucking lucky because I watched through all of these before. It's been a long while, but in most cases, I'm like, that's the scariest shit I've ever seen. And you don't have to push it. So the fact that this one, they ended up pushing this one so fucking hard. Because look, we had this one going for like, there's only 3 videos in this entire thing. And so this takes up a fucking third of the video. I love the VHS horrors you made me watch. I like a lot of the analog horrors. I think they're a lot of fun. Especially because like something about going frame by frame on some of those is really fun. Sorry, analog? No, I get it, man. The VHS, they always have the VHS filters. So it's like, I can't blame you for calling it that. Anyway, I'm going to skip past the rest of this because it's pissing me off. We're going to video 2!
Nature, gathering its forces for still another unending assault on man.
1-800 Embassy for Res.
It sounds like it came right out of a zombie movie.
A zombie movie. Keep thinking about the VHS anthology movies. The what? Wait, what's the anthology movies? What are we talking?
Tornado warning.
Ooh. Tornado warning.
April 9th, 2015, a tornado begins to form during the evening hours.
See,
in the
like,
small town of Franklin
okay,
Grove.
off the bat, you're already bringing up something that does scare people. And so, like, this is a really good start. And, like, you know how we had all that creepy B-roll that just came? I think that's a really good way that he, like, hooks people into his spooky videos. Low-key, I wish I could do some shit like that, but I don't even know what the fuck I would do. But I look at this stuff and I'm like, okay, he knows the scary videos. So like the fact that we got one in this last one that was like so lame, it really disappoints me. I guess it's been so long since I went back that far.
By the minute, to the point of
VHS and its sequels are anthologies, collection of short stories and movies. Oh, okay.
Miles away in the town of Fairdale, 67-year-old Geraldine Schultz spotted the vortex forming in the distance.
Ooh.
Worried, she called her husband Clem into the kitchen, where the two would stand watching the tornado out their window.
Very Midwest thing to do.
Tornadoes were nothing new, and Clem was quickly able to determine that the storm would likely miss them to the east. But just to be safe, he went upstairs to grab some lanterns, in the likely event of a power outage.
It is so incredibly, okay, it's so incredibly, like, Midwestern to be like, oh my god, a tornado's happening, let's go watch, you know? Like, I realize that is not a normal thing, that, like, humans do. Like, I mean, of course, I can do it, no problem. Like, yeah, the tornado's forming, I may as well go sit outside and watch it happen. You know what would make that tornado scarier? Sharks. Oh my gosh. Chat, did he just invent Sharknado?
A glimpse of the tornado outside the bedroom window, having grown significantly closer. Its wind speeds were well over 200 miles an hour, and having been classified as
and the fact that he doesn't clarify what's going on in the video. So one thing that I also like he doesn't start by saying, oh, this video is this. He starts with a hooking story. That's something I really love about this channel, is he always starts with a hooking story of the category he's doing. And so, like, we're getting this whole backstory, we get absorbed, and then we remember, oh my gosh, there's more videos.
In all of its size, Clem began to record out the window, still certain that the storm was heading east.
And then he realizes, oh shit, it's coming right this way.
Unfortunately, he was wrong. And in reality, the powerful storm was heading directly towards him. By the time Clem would realize this, it was far too late. There was no time to run, and not a chance to hide. All he could do was stand there helplessly and watch.
Dude, even seeing, like, your neighbor's house decimated right in front of you and just being like, we're already in the shit of it. We're already fucked.
It was a direct hit, as the EF4 tornado tore through the house before Clem could even say a word, quickly turning the home that had once stood there for 100 years to dust and rubble. And buried beneath it all was Clem, along with his wife of 25 years.
They got fire rescue on the way.
Against all odds, Clem would somehow survive, pulling himself up from the field of debris. It was a storm that would go on to destroy numerous homes and take the lives of two people, one of whom was Clem's neighbor and good friend Jacqueline Closa, who lived in the house that Clem had filmed being destroyed just moments before it struck him, and the other being Geraldine, Clem's wife and best friend. Days following the disaster, a family member who had been searching the area for anything salvageable would stumble across Clem's phone, which miraculously was still working. And on it would be the now infamous video that showed the point of view of—
Dude, the fact of being able to get this sort of video of, like, the tornado consuming the neighborhood, just like walking its way straight through, and seeing the house being taken, like that one entire thing just knocked the fuck over, and the house it just slowly disappears into the winds of the tornado. And so I don't know, like, and also seeing the debris that's getting, like, yanked off houses and whatnot is so insane.
Of a man being struck head-on by a tornado and somehow surviving. The imagery, the sounds, and the context make this clip one of the most shocking I have ever seen, as well as one of the darkest across all of YouTube.
The tornado has passed. capricious, swift, savage.
Before we move on to the next video, I want to briefly thank today's sponsor, Casetify. I, like many of you out there, have had a long history of dropping my phone and cracking the screen, which is a pain to fix and not to mention very expensive. But luckily, Casetify is here to help. Casetify is a tech accessory brand that makes high-quality cases for phones and AirPods, along with a number of other accessories. Their impact cases are my personal favorite though, as they're engineered with a 2-layer construction of Qi tech.
I like zoned out for a sec while looking at it. I'm like, why am I watching an ad right now?
Who's at the door? With a video doorbell.
Oh, I know this one. This one was so terribly creepy. This one was one that, like, I showed to the Demon Lord and the Unknown and everyone. I'm like, dude, it's fucking scary how some humans are. It's, like, genuinely horrifying to be like, there are some humans out there that will openly, like, admit and say they're gonna do terrible, terrible shit.
Years, the world has seen a boom in the use of doorbell cameras, mainly because of instances like this.
Oh, they got a camera.
That's a good clip, though. That's a good clip, though.
Capturing and exposing criminals in the act, from the most petty of thieves all the way to attempted murderers and kidnappers. Due to their knack for capturing disturbing encounters, the videos that have emerged from these devices have practically carved out their own genre here on YouTube, to the point that many, including myself, have almost become desensitized to them. But recently, a video began making the rounds, showing the events that transpired at a Las Vegas home on the evening of July 21st, 2021.
Okay, seeing this reminded me of another one where basically there was a car that drove by and there was a woman inside of it, like screaming for help. I just remembered that one. And I'm like, dude, that one was fucking awful. Because I recall there was like no solution to it. People had not found it. Saw this one, so freaking weird. This one is wild. I showed you this one. This one was bad.
It happened around 8 p.m., where a young lady had been working in her kitchen, waiting for her husband to return home from work. It was another 100-degree day in Vegas, and likely in an attempt to cool down, she would open her window to let the evening breeze in. Unbeknownst to her, this harmless decision would lead to a terrifying series of events. Outside of the home, a man had been wandering the suburban streets aimlessly, roaming throughout the neighborhood before stopping in his tracks. In front of him was the open window and a clear view of the woman inside. It was a chance sighting that would lead to the man approaching the house and ringing the doorbell, where the camera would begin to record.
Yeah, this one's fucking haunting.
I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
Because, like, at first you just see this dude who's just standing there, like, being kind of weird, like, I have a couple questions for you. And so you assume, like, oh my gosh, like, is he trying to talk to the person on the inside who's just like, aw, no thank you, no thank you. But he's not. He's fucking not.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? What? Are you sure? I just rang your doorbell because I have a couple questions for you.
Dude. It makes me so uncomfortable.
The doorbell and knocking at the door, repeating the same sentences over and over again, calmly stating that he just wants to ask a few questions. However, the woman inside had never met this man. In fact, she had never seen him before this moment. And to make it all stranger, she didn't respond to anything the man was saying, and was out of his line of view as he peeked through the door. So
he was looking through the door, not seeing anyone, and still acting like he was talking to them. He's sitting there staring at what he could even perceive to be an empty house, possibly. He could have possibly misseen, like, through the window. And he is just like, are you sure? Are you sure? I just have a couple questions to ask you. I rang your doorbell. And It's so fucking
He
weird.
was saying were not in response to anyone, and instead, he was speaking to himself. Fearing for her safety, the woman inside didn't open the door or engage him at all, leading the man to take things a step
Which,
further.
like,
Are you
good.
positive? I just have a couple questions for you. Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you sure?
And then he tries the fucking door. He tries the
Begins
door,
trying to open
and
the
luckily,
door,
it's
but
fucking locked
thankfully, it
because,
was
you know.
locked, causing the strange man to start walking away.
Dude, imagine a situation where you, like, for some reason, you're like, you know, my husband's gonna be home soon. I'll just leave the door unlocked. Thank God she didn't! Because, dude, the fact that he tried the door just shows that, like, he wasn't just gonna wait for something to happen. He was gonna make something happen. And it is so good that he didn't try anything more aggressive, like breaking through the glass or anything, which, like, who knows if he could have, but even if he had tried, imagine how horribly traumatizing that would be. And in the case that he even managed to get through, we already know what he would do. We already know. Because he says
Cursing under his
it!
breath. The footage is incredibly off-putting, and although the man seems to stay perfectly calm, there was something very aggressive and erratic about the way he was speaking, making one wonder what his true intentions were when he approached the house. As the man begins to walk away, the woman's husband, still at work, would chime in through the doorbell after noticing the situation begin to unfold, which in turn would lead to the man revealing why he was ringing the doorbell.
Sure. So who are you? What? Yeah? Are you sure? Who are you?
Yeah, dude.
Questions. I just wanted to ask you about TV show. Yeah, can you hear me? What I'm looking for is for the girl that's in the house to come out here because I'm going to rip her and kill her. Do you have her open the door? I'm going to rip and kill the girl that's on the other side of this door when she lets me in.
Dude.
It was no secret what he had planned for that evening.
Exactly. He says it right fucking there. You know exactly what he's planning. You know what he's thinking. And so, what the fuck? Like, that's horrifying.
He outright says it, even revealing that he had the weapons to make it happen.
I want to rip her and kill her because I have a knife.
Pure panic, bro. Seriously. Like, what would you think?
And I just
Here's the thing.
knock on her door.
Imagine being the only person in the fucking house and you hear some shit like that.
Or if that door had
like,
been unlocked.
No!
Well,
Oh my
know what
gosh.
happened. But thankfully, neither of those situations played out, and instead the man walked away
through the door?
muttering the same phrases
Exactly.
over and over again.
Yeah. What?
Even staring at the house for a few moments before finally disappearing into the night.
Just the like.
Police were called to the area
Are you
moments
sure?
later, but
Just
the man
always
was
saying, "Are you
nowhere to be
sure?
found.
Are you
quickly
sure?"
as he had entered this couple's life, he was
Nobody's
now
responding.
gone,
Even
them
in the
with
moment where
reality.
he walks back up to the camera, like he pauses and listens for a second and goes, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Hello? Are you sure?" Because he hears the person talk and there's something in his fucking head, like looping in his fucking head. I know it's drug related, like drug or psychiatric related, but holy shit. Just like the, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" That's awful. I'd freak the fuck out.
That at any moment he could return. Scared for her life, the lady posted the clip online where it would quickly go viral across YouTube, which honestly may have ended up saving a life. The following day, a viewer of the video would recognize the same man walking in another residential area, in one that was not too far away from the house where the encounter took place. And after the police were called, the man would be quickly arrested before he could play out his disturbing fantasy.
Yeah.
When confronted and asked for his name, the man would simply state that he was the Holy Spirit, and said nothing more. though his real name was revealed to be Christopher Sums, a man who had passed charges of stealing, assaulting, and intimidating a witness, with his mugshot being nothing short of completely haunting. But what I
that's
found most
fucking
surprising
awful!
was the fact that he didn't always look like this. In fact, just a few years ago, he looked completely normal. And according to his LinkedIn, he had a fairly impressive work history and what seemed to be a good life, until for whatever reason, things spiraled in the wrong direction. As it stands,
Absolutely
Christopher is being
nuts.
evaluated to see if he is mentally fit to stand trial, as many believe that he likely suffers from some kind of psychological condition, hence the repeating phrases and the strange behavior. Though his blatant and rapid change in appearance might also point to heavy drug use or even a combination of both. But regardless of what was behind his behavior that day, the situation and the subsequent video is haunting and could have been so much worse had that door been opened.
Are you sure?
I feel like everyone's out to get me.
This is Tumblr.
Oh, okay. I know about the Tebebe one. I might actually end it here because I'm like, I feel like I'm not doing much. Reaction content is not my jive. I'm not usually the type to do reaction stuff because I'm like, it's kind of lame. It's kind of nothing. A little bit nothing sauce. And I kind of hate doing nothing. Okay, let's go take a look, see who is live right now. Cause we go, shit. Give me like 2 seconds. Okay, I had to check that my own stream would be muted. Cause I'm like, hold on, I don't want to be doubling up on stream. Let's see. So, no. We could raid Reborn again. I think that's a fair place to raid. I might be a little too exhausted to do anything else. So let's /raid. Damn it. I misspelled raid. Are you serious? Ah, yes. I would like to Riyadh. All right. And then raid Reborn again. Okay. I believe it. Anyway, don't die, it's illegal. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Eat a lot, sleep a lot, drink a lot. Holy cow, have a good day. Thank you, Forrest. I will see you all next time. Rest well. I'm gonna rest well. And yeah, be nice to Reborn. Bye!
Who did I have to give this? Did I have to give this